Hello and welcome to the shop. Today I've got a gorgeous piece of wood sent to me by Joel Winter. This is Manzanita, and I've had it for quite a long time. I can't tell you how long ago he sent it to me, but I was primarily turning slim lines at the time, and I didn't want to turn this into a slim line. I wanted something a little nicer, so I kind of sat on it for a while. Lately I've been turning a lot of Manhattan pins. Really like the Manhattan kits, and I've got this black and gold Manhattan kit that I think is really going to look nice with this piece of Manzanita. So that's what we're going to do today. And what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take my blank, or I'm sorry, take my tube, lay it on the blank, and I think I'm going to mark it here and attempt to cut right down the center and just knock this one section off of the blank at the bandsaw. This particular blank is just a tiny bit wider than my vise can accept, so we're going to kind of have to improvise. I'm going to use this Jorgensen clamp to hold it nice and tight while I drill down through the center of it. I decided to drill to one side of the blank because it was such a large blank. I can take it to the bandsaw, cut the other half off, and get a second pin out of this chunk of wood. I did about as terrible of a job as you can do rounding this blank up on the sander. I was just trying to knock the corners off of it. It was kind of an odd shape in my defense, but there's still plenty of meat left on both ends. I mean, we probably got a good 1/4 of an inch to the bushing. So I'm just going to take my time and round it up. I'm watching out for this piece here. It is well above. There's still going to be well over a 1/4 of an inch when it comes off. And as a matter of fact, I think, let's get a skew here and let's get under this. There we go. That makes me feel much better with that gone, because that's the only piece I saw that had a crack or any type of a flaw in it. All right, let me get my dust collector turned on and let's see what happens. I went ahead and stopped the lathe to take a look at this blank. I don't really have any idea what this white stuff is. I guess it's maybe minerals or something. I don't really know. It probably, well, I'm hoping it'll turn away because there's still quite a bit of room till we get to the bushings. The wood's really pretty. I've got this one flaw right over here. Looks like there was a little something in there. I don't know how deep that goes, but what I'm going to do is we're going to fill this little pocket with CA, hit it with some activator, and hopefully continue to fill it and hit it with activator until I get it level. That way, my hope is, I hope it doesn't go all the way down to the bushing so that it interferes with the actual pin, but I don't want to take a chance of just shearing off a giant piece and losing this blank. So let's go ahead and get some medium CA in this hole. I'm gonna let it blow on a little bit, let it run down in there a little bit. Okay, putting our little layer on there. I'm going to turn a fan on. Apologize for the noise, but CA really doesn't smell all that great, and it's warm out here, so the fumes or the odor from the CA is coming right up into my face, and I don't want to be breathing that. The fan will help keep it at bay. Okay. Looks pretty good. We're filled level. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk away for just a little bit. I'm going to let this CA cure because the surface is cured over. But since it was such a deep hole and I put so much CA in there, there could be like a bubble right into the surface. So when you pluck that off, it may still be liquidy. And I want to give it a chance to dry so that I don't throw CA all over me and my lathe as I'm turning. So be back in a moment. I've given this blank what I think is plenty of time to dry. It's probably been about 10 minutes. Hopefully the CA has cured below the surface, and I'm ready to continue turning. I don't know if you saw that or not in the video. You can kind of see some of the glue here. A little line went around the blank as I was turning it. And what that means is what I thought. Below the surface, it wasn't 100% cured. I'm just going to keep the activator close, and if I see that happening, I'll stop, give it a quick shot, and then continue turning. I went ahead and stopped again while I was turning. You'll notice I took the tool, laid it down here, and then here. I was feeling for vibration because as I was coming across with my skew, I could feel the blank vibrating. And what's happened is I've got this soft, I'm going to call it a punky area right here, this white. I still don't know what that is. A little disappointed because it's really taken away from the overall appearance of the blank. But you know, you can see it's soft. Look at this, how shiny that is, where the skew did a nice job cutting. And then over here, it's kind of dull. And I think what's happening is I'm going from the hard to the soft in the blank, and that's what's causing the vibration because there was none at either end of the mandrel. I'm going to continue turning. This looks like it's getting more prevalent, so I don't know if it's going to continue on. We have about 1/8 of an inch here and 1/8 of an inch here till we're finished. Let's just finish it out and see what she looks like. I went ahead and stopped the lathe. This is the area that I filled with CA. It's looking pretty good. This side of the blank is nice and firm. It's hard. This side of the blank is punky, and because it's punky, look at that. I think what I'm going to do with this, I don't think I'm going to finish turning it right now. There's still, this is at the bushing. This is just a hair, maybe a 1/16 of being at the bushing. I think what I'm going to do is take this blank off the lathe. I am in the process of preparing to start casting, and I'm going to do some junk wood blanks as well, but I bought the molds from Fred Wisson to do Sierra pin kits, Sierra style pin kits. I can plug both ends of this, put it in a mold, and cast it and fill this area. I may actually dig a little bit more of this out and put like a colored resin in there and just see how that looks. It'll build the blank back up. I'll have to turn it back down to the bushings, but it's such a pretty wood. I think it'll make for an interesting blank. So I'm going to call this video done. I'd really like to thank you for joining me in the shop tonight. I decided to stop on this pin. I know a lot of times when I have an issue with a pin, I'll go ahead and try to fix it. And I probably could have put some sawdust and some CA in there and tried to do something, but I'm getting ready to start casting. It's one of the things I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I'm going to turn this into a junk wood blank. I'm going to put it in a mold and I'm going to recast it. And I'm excited about that. So you will be seeing this blank again in the future. Keep your eyes out for it. But the main reason why I wanted to stop and not fix it is I wanted to just sort of make a statement about pin turning. Things like this, when I looked at this blank, I had no indication that there was a soft spot or any rot or any voids in the blank. You couldn't tell from the outside. It was gorgeous and solid. That kind of stuff happens. You know, you just got to kind of roll with it. You could either throw this away or you could try to fix it. My opinion is when something like this happens, now obviously maybe you don't cast, so you're not going to go directly over to your pressure pot and put this in resin and cast it, but go ahead and try. I mean, you've already lost the blank. At this point, it's a dead blank. So go ahead and try putting a little sawdust in there and filling it, or maybe some powder, or possibly you have something else in your shop that you could fill this with. Give it a try. You absolutely have nothing to lose, and you may end up with a pin that is beyond any expectation that you had. With that, I want you guys to know that I greatly appreciate you joining me for these videos. I want you to know that you are always welcome in my shop. Come back and see me again real soon, and have a great evening, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.